Welcome to week 3, MBA520. I got my scenery up here. This is a spring scenery. And, most of you are doing real good. No problems. I mean, I know it's probably a struggle because some of you are doing 2 courses in this term. So I know it's difficult, but overall, I haven't seen any real change in getting things submitted. But just don't let those little voices in your head tell you to not do it or whatever. I just post these little things just in case, it might apply to a situation you have or anything like that. Um, and, you're in this MBA program. I mean, I know all of you have been through a bachelor program or maybe some other programs too, and, so there was lots of struggles. And this one, hindsight, you're probably going to find this was probably the most difficult one. There's a lot of, the expectations and everything are a little different. Sometimes in the undergrad program, might let you slide a little on being late and things like that. But this program, it's a strict program, but there's reasons for it because you're not just trying to get a piece of paper. I mean, it's got to be worth something, and that's why there's standards and policies, and that's why the accreditation and everything is there. But like I say, everything I've seen from what everybody's doing, you're doing good. So. Um, I think for the most part, we've probably all I've talked to all of you at one point or other, so everything's good there too. Um, in the course itself, okay, so all the assignments I'm seeing, and these quizzes and everything we're doing every week, um, you know, overall good. You got 2 attempts on those quizzes, so don't forget about that if you don't do so well. Um, You got the current events. Now, remember, I think it was last week and the week before I mentioned, the APA versus like the journal. Okay, when you do your journal, just what you've been doing, nice few paragraphs. Make sure you're actually talking about the week's material. I know some of us have a tendency to elaborate and talk about things, but the purpose of a journal is, hey, if for 3 months from now you had to go back and extract what you learned from a course, that's what's supposed to be in that journal, so that so you don't have to go back to a textbook and to other places to find what you learned. So yeah, you can add all this other stuff in there, that's fine, but you need to be able to and that was the practice of when I had to do a journal in my MBA program. That the whole point of it was, hey, do these journal entries, and at the end of the course we had to do a paper and we had to extract from the journal. you know it was a big time saver, extracting from a journal versus having to go look up everything. So that's one of the points on the journal. The current events, like I say, this one needs to be APA formatted. Times 12 point. Make sure you're talking about a current event. Opinions are okay. Generally, APA papers are not first person. You can insert some first person in there, but generally you are reporting. So you're telling your boss, a board, a committee, a report on a particular topic. So that's the way you need to kind of think about it. So, and practice makes perfect, as they say. So as you keep doing these, and I'll give you little pointers along the way, you'll be an APA professional. So, all right. Your challenge questions and your journal, good there. So same thing, pretty much same format every week here. I haven't seen any issues or anything. We've already talked. So other than that, good to go. So I'll keep this short. Again, if you got anything, let me know. And I do know that, if you're doing 2 courses, there's a lot of time constraints and everything. I do understand the other course is probably a little more difficult because it has to do with some numbers, if I'm understanding right. So, but you'll get through it. So just hang in there, positive thoughts and energy and all that stuff. And, get in touch with me if you need anything. Don't, all of you have been in touch at one point or another. So like I said, but if you need something, get in touch, and we'll get you through it there. So my only other thing here is my little test question I do, just so I got the 4-month-old grandson. So you can let me know what's going on there. And with that, I will let you go. Have a great week, and talk to you next time.